So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad ships and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Women Together is more than just a Federation Jewish women's group.
It is a force for change.
We are change makers and community shapers.
We are sisters and daughters, mothers and friends.
Compassionate and committed women at every stage.
We build and support Jewish life in Greater Orlando
For today,
for generations to come.
Through a legacy of tzedakah and tikkun olam.
Women Together bring women and ideas together in shared purpose.
We are the visionaries and innovators, shaping the world around us.
Striving to be role models to our children and other women.
All while impacting our Jewish community.
Together, we repair this world.
So, get inspired.
learn and advocate.
Make a difference.
There's a place for all of us.
Add your voice to this amazing group of women and strengthen our Jewish community.
Welcome, everyone, to the 27th Annual Choices event, a celebration of brave women in our community, a celebration of all of you. Thank you to all our incredible sponsors who have made it possible for the Jewish Federation of Greater Orlando to continue meeting the needs of our ever-growing community. Special thanks to the Ginsberg family, Chris Wealth Management Group of Raymond James, Providence Senior Living, Abby Nelson's Great Homes Group of REMAX, Andy Parr Foundation, and Marty and Ron Shader. There are so many strong, amazing, incredible women here with us tonight. Let's rejoice in our empowerment together. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Ashley Bundes, our amazing marketing director, to inspire us as we begin tonight's show.
We are women together. We are the light. We are the strength of Orlando. Can you feel the power of this moment? I sure can. Choices is taking it a step further this year by celebrating the brave women who have put the needs of others above all else during the COVID pandemic. These are strong and resilient women. We can't wait to share their stories with you. Today, we are going to spotlight the courageous stories of Jewish women who have put their own safety on the line to ensure that our community was cared for, along with incredible acts of selflessness from women who made sure that their neighbors and friends were cared for during the pandemic. These women today, all of our nominees, are beyond brave, altruistic, incredible, formidable. There are just so many incredible words that we can use. But you know what? At the end of the day, they're women. They're mothers. They're daughters. They are people and they are human. And if we can just take a moment and celebrate them, which is what we are going to do, and make them feel extra special, cared for, recognized, that hopefully will make a difference and an impact in their lives and show them for a moment, perhaps, what they have done for the world at large.
Women Together is more than just a Federation Jewish women's group. Welcome, everyone. My name is Lee Norber, and I am the chair of Brave Choices. I am so excited to be here with you this evening because for the first time, Choices has gone virtual and opened such amazing possibilities for us all to be together and safe while engaging over 100 women in the making of this video. A lot of firsts have happened in the past year, both good and bad. But Jews are resilient, so write in the chat, what have you celebrated this year? This year, I learned how to color my own hair.
The Shehechianu. It's traditionally said to celebrate firsts. Translated, it means, "Blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us alive, sustained us, and brought us to this season." It is our prayer of gratitude, thanking God for enabling us to be a part of a new or unusual occasion, or for doing something for the first time in a calendar year. But it is especially meaningful this year, as we have all had to come together in most unusual ways. We are incredibly thankful to God for allowing us to join together in this very special moment, honoring these very special women who have put the needs of their communities above their own during this most unusual time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
So many are nameless to the public, but not for the fellow human beings they are caring for. Doctors, nurses, orderlies, chaplains, pharmacists, and all medical professionals, ambulance drivers, and scientists not directly on the scene of contagion, but searching ardently, exhaustingly for a cure. We give thanks for these women who put aside their own safety for ours.
Throughout the pandemic, as an Advent Health Winter Park Hospital doctor, Breiskin bravely took care of the infected patients in the COVID intensive care unit. She spent endless hours looking after these patients and communicating with their families. She is a brave healer that takes her patients' well-being above all else.
Dr. Nancy Brown Aberdescu is definitely a brave woman of choices. She genuinely cares about her clients and patients and wants us to have the best experience. And especially during COVID, she's been very accessible to my daughter, Haley, and myself for anything we need. We appreciate you, Dr. Brown. You're amazing.
My name is Marcia Katz. I'm a fairly new Orlandonian, having moved here at the end of 2016, recruited to be the Associate Dean of Clinical Affairs at the University of Central Florida College of Medicine. And we were the first in the city of Orlando to open up a drive-through center. This provided easy access for anyone to be able to schedule a COVID-19 test safely from their car. And I'm honored to have participated in some little way in shaping the response in Orlando for all our communities, making sure access to healthcare, access to testing, and access to contact tracing would help decrease the amount of transmission of COVID-19 within our community.
I'm Dr. Maxine Silverman Rosenthal, and I've been honored to be included in the group of brave women here at Choices. As far as helping the world by helping one person, I think that's what we do every day by seeing individuals either through educating or holding a hand or helping and certainly taking care of them in their moments of medical need. I don't again consider it brave, I consider it's what we do. And as far as helping people in the Jewish community, that's something I was raised with as a child to help, and it's people of similar values, people brought up the same, people who we have similar interests and similar morals, and I think that that's why we help the community, and it's an internal feeling of helping that helps the other people get where they need to be and do what they need to do.
I'm proud to nominate Dr. Lucy Belnick for a Brave Woman of Choices. She's an amazing doctor and really cares about her patients and goes above and beyond all the time, but in this case particularly. Last July, I wasn't feeling well, and I called her office and set up for a virtual appointment. And when she got on the phone, she said, "Renee, you look terrible. You have to come in right now." So my husband and I ran over there, well, we drove in the pouring rain, and she and her assistant met us outside because COVID patients weren't coming in. And she took my vitals and she said, "You have to go to the hospital right now." And I did. I had COVID, and she just really cared about us and me and has always been there for me and her other patients. Dr. Belnick, you're somebody special.
Adele Freed, my daughter, represents all the courageous ICU nurses. They fight to save and comfort the dying, risking their own lives daily.
Dr. Robin Lagina significantly impacted the strength and the well-being of the Orlando community while taking extraordinary care of the most vulnerable COVID patients while continuing to instill Jewish values in her 3 children. Thank you, Robin.
On behalf of the board, I would like to congratulate the brave women being honored tonight and everyone who has sacrificed a piece of themselves for the benefit of others. Thank you to the over 100 Jewish women from all over Orlando who participated in the making of this video. There is magic inside all of us. There is power among you. We are all brave women. Thank you for being here tonight. The Jewish Federation of Greater Orlando is leading the way by filling in the gaps where our community needs us most. We want to motivate, inspire, and connect through our collective power. From sending out thousands of books each month through PJ Library, to bringing women together through virtual yoga classes, Federation is here for you. From finding jobs for adults with special needs through Raise, to bringing the community together for a virtual women's Seder, Federation is here for you. From training the future leaders of our community through the Bornstein Leadership Program, to helping Jewish singles connect, Federation is here for you.
What is the Federation's purpose? Federation is more than a name. Our job is to take care of the needs of the Orlando and overseas Jewish community. It's not what we stand for, but who we stand with. Our brand purpose is to support, advocate, connect, educate, and inspire. We do good for good. Our Jewish community's well-being is everything. The last year has taught us many profound lessons. The greatest is that change is inevitable. Our power is great, and together the future can be magnified with the choices we make today. Our Federation is unique in a very special way. We are not a generic federation. We are friends, givers, teammates, supporters, educators, suppliers, partners, strategists, and sharers. That's who we are. We look and feel different, and we want to. We proudly own it. We are the change. We are the future. By being here today, you are part of this movement. Women Together, Brave Choices is part of who we stand with. Amazing women who in a time of crisis have been brave and inspiring. We stand tall, powerful, beautiful, strong, emboldened, and present. And that is who we are as a federation, because that's who we strive to be as a community. Thank you to our sponsors who made tonight possible. Thank you to our donors who allow us to do our special and holy work. And thank you for your generosity, which allows the Federation to continue to strengthen Jewish life in Orlando.
At any time tonight, tomorrow, next week, you want to support the good work that Federation and Women Together are doing, take out your phone and text that number that you see on your screen. Show these brave women how much of a rock star they are and how much we appreciate them. Text to give. Donate today. Tell your friends. It's never a bad time, okay? Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, and it's my pleasure to join you all tonight to congratulate these 28 inspirational women of choices. Over the last year, we've seen pressure on women intensify as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic has drawn greater attention to the challenges that women face at home and in the workplace. Tonight, we acknowledge the resilience, power, and bravery of women in Central Florida and celebrate and honor the courage of all women and girls everywhere. To tonight's honorees, thank you for your strength, your selflessness, and your dedication to your families and our community. Congratulations and enjoy your evening.
In addition to doctors, our community's first responders are made up of police officers, firefighters, volunteers, community organizers, musicians, survivors, and so many more people who do both big and small acts to ensure our neighbors, families, and communities are safe. We give thanks to these brave women for their selfless dedication to our community.
On March 15th, they decided to close Walt Disney World, where I've been performing for over 30 years. So I said to my husband, hey, let's do a Facebook Live concert. And he's such a wonderful gent. He got all dressed up, and I got all dressed up for St. Patrick's Day. And so we thought we would do about, 10, 15 minutes of some music for St. Patrick's Day and set up everything. And we were having fun, and then all these people started watching and making requests, and it turned into about a 2-hour concert. And so I decided to do another concert, and I kept doing this once a week. And some of the messages were just, thank you so much, that was so much fun. And some people were saying they were so sad and so scared that that's what they looked forward to the whole week, was to watch my concerts. And I thought, well, if I love to share happiness one note at a time, that's what I can do. I hope I can inspire someone to believe that they have their own unique abilities to accomplish whatever they want if they work hard. They just need someone to believe in them.
Eve was instrumental during the pandemic in getting friends and neighbors vaccinated. The internet was overwhelmed by thousands of people trying to get appointments for the vaccinations, and some days it took hours and non-stop attempts to get appointments. Eve persisted for weeks and was able to get many of those most vulnerable with appointments that ultimately saved lives.
During the COVID-19 crisis, Joanne found ways to help despite social distancing orders. She became a resource on Facebook, informing others about who was hiring, store hours for seniors, restaurant discounts, food donation pickup sites, and services providing help to pay bills. As local families in quarantine cleaned out their houses, Joanne's living room became a donation center. She spent hours each day organizing, packing, and labeling bags of donated items, which she then left on her front porch for families to safely pick up. This busy Lake Mary mom does a lot, but her humble attitude and behind-the-scenes giving have long hidden the superhero within. Joanne Berman is the secret mensch.
During the past year, victim intakes and all trial procedures were conducted purely via video. Jenny found innovative ways to keep families and victims engaged with the process and stressed the importance of everyone's total cooperation, ensuring successful resolution of cases. Jenny never lost sight in assisting her unit and all advocates involved to remain supportive and engaged. She frequently reaches out to those on cases worked by her unit to ensure them that they matter and will never be forgotten.
We are just women, and we will get up every day and we will do our job and do what is expected of us and more, and we will do it happily and with a smile on our face. And we will not make excuses, and we will not give reason for anything other than getting the job done. I am so passionate about helping others because I believe this job was made for me. What I do every day in the community with children, with families, it's something that brings purpose to my life and something that I think I was born to do. We have cases and families and children, and sometimes we might think that it doesn't matter or we're insignificant, but you changed their world and you do matter, and everyone matters, and small changes and things matter and can help people tremendously. So you should never minimize that and minimize how important you are and your job might be to the community. I hope that we all remember that this too shall pass, and to stay positive and to smile and to know that we are here for a bigger reason and a bigger purpose, and to never let anything get in the way of that.
My dear friend Elena Wilder is a brave and courageous woman of choices. As if the challenges of being a mom and having a full-time job weren't enough, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she took it head on with courage and resilience and grace and so much humor. Welcome to the brave women of choices, Elena.
A leader's legacy is established by leaving something of enduring quality behind for the organization and its people. The following women exemplify leadership and have created a path of authenticity, compassion, resiliency, and bravery to spark the passion for future generations.
I got involved in Jewish life here in Orlando when we moved here. Haley and Casey were in the preschool, and here I am 30 years later, still involved.
We got involved with Federation. At the time it was called the United Jewish Appeal, 61 years ago.
Okay, I became involved with the Federation, I think, almost as soon as I moved to Orlando, and that's probably close to 40 years ago.
So I've been very involved. I love the Jewish community here in Orlando. I've been involved in Jewish Federation. I went on the Momentum trip in 2016 with Spark and Federation, and I would say that was a life changer for me and made me just want to be more involved.
The Federation continues to mean what it did at the beginning, that this is the way that we as an organization bond together. It's part of our culture that we not act individually. We have, as you know, a minion.
You know, I continue to be involved with Federation, and especially the women's division, because as a Jewish woman, I think that we are role models for our families and for the community. And if you look at our community today, most of our dollars raised are from our women.
To me, courageous means putting yourself out of a comfort level and just, whether it's helping others or just doing what you feel in your heart but are uncomfortable doing, is courageous.
To be brave means that sometimes you have to run counter to a common culture. It means you have to stand up sometimes for things that may seem unpopular.
What it means to be courageous is sometimes you might be the first one to do something, to set an example, or you might think a different way than other people, and if it's the right way, you should still be able to express that. My favorite Jewish quote is, "This too shall pass."
If you save one life, it's like you've saved the world.
Justice, justice you will pursue. I want my legacy to be that I've helped to move things forward. And I hope others will continue to do the same.
I'm still part of the Federation because it's in my heart. It's just part of me. I don't know life without Federation.
I continue to be an active part of Federation because they keep asking me to.
I see women's leadership as more of what the Bornstein class is doing. Bornstein leadership is mostly women. Women are becoming the leaders of our community more and more, and they bring with them the heart.
Well, the future of women's leadership is critical. For whatever reason, the women in our community are the leaders that are taking us to the next generation.
It is so important that there's strong Jewish women leadership in Orlando here and in our future, because we all know who really wears the pants in the family.
Keeping of the flame means to me keeping Judaism in your heart, no matter what.
The flame is eternal, and we have to keep going with our Jewish values, our devotion to our community, raising our families as Jewish, and it's up to us to make sure that that continues.
Looking at our long history, it is part of our responsibility as Jews and as Jewish women to make sure that that flame of Judaism does not go out, that we continue eternally, according to what the light is called, to keep it burning and burning bright.
Carry the light.
Brene Brown says, integrity is choosing courage over comfort. It's choosing what's right over what's fun, fast, or easy. It's practicing your values, not just professing them. These women have leaned into all of that and so much more. Let's give back. Let's show how much we respect these women, how much we want to pave the way for more women like them. Support Federation today, please, and let's thank them in the way that we know how. The future is so bright. We are the light. Women together, guys.
Education and mental health go hand in hand. The pandemic has made these services more essential than ever. During a time of crisis, a child or adult with special needs or mental health disorders can be even more vulnerable. These brave women work with children, adults, and entire families to ensure not only that their needs are met, but they develop the skills they need to thrive.
Shalom, I'm Michal Osteen. COVID caused isolation and lack of connection. In our country, in 2020, over 90,000 young people lost their lives, but due to lack of mental health services and the deadly drug fentanyl, they lost their lives. Now more than ever, the need for mental health services and awareness of what is happening is of utmost importance. If not now, when?
As the opioid crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic intersected during an unimaginable time, Michal made the choice to speak out in our community and help educate families about addiction.
I believe people need person-to-person interaction, closeness, warmth, to be up close and personal. So from the onset of the state of emergency of the pandemic, following the ever-changing CDC and Florida Department of Health guidelines, I kept my office open, never closing, never stopping seeing my patients in person in my office. I continued to manage and run my husband's neurology practice too, so he could also continue to provide in-person care to his patients in our office. I continued to care for my 94-year-old mother, although distantly. She was totally isolated, alone in her room 24/7 for months, not able to see anyone or have any person-to-person contact with anyone, with the exception, of course, of short, periodic interaction with her brave, heroic nursing staff.
The quote, "As one person, I cannot change the world, but I can change the world of one person," exemplifies my work in Social Bridges and in RAISE. Teaching others to use social emotional skills needed for success in life is a tangible way to change the world of that one person, and in so doing, changing the world. I have been continually amazed at people's ability to be resilient. We can all learn how to draw upon our own strength and coping skills, and through kindness and strength, lift up others. Being brave means reaching outside of my comfort zone to do things that are uncomfortable. It means being flexible and trying things in new ways.
As the principal of River Springs Middle School, Stacy Gottlieb is absolutely a brave woman of choices. She stood by the students, the teachers, everyone all through this and made the best decisions and went in every day being a strong and brave woman. Even when her assistant principal and the dean resigned, she just took their roles on and kept on moving forward while she took care of herself, her awesome family, and kept moving. Thanks, Stacy.
These ladies were the glue that not only held Jewish Academy of Orlando together during the pandemic, but along with our amazing faculty, helped our school and students thrive. As our Director of Academics, Amy worked tirelessly to see to it that our students never missed a beat. Under her leadership, our students, faculty, and administration were happy and engaged.
It's always brought me joy to bring a smile to those around me. As an educator, I have the opportunity to help our students at Jewish Academy of Orlando, faculty members, and our parents. My day is complete and I've accomplished this goal. It takes a big heart to shape little minds.
As JAO's school counselor, Danielle Glover was laser focused on the mental health and social emotional development of our children. She helped our students develop critical life skills, including coping, and was there for our students and families when we needed her most.
A brave woman is someone who views challenges with this radical acceptance of risk and reward. Anytime they're offered a challenge, they think to themselves, how can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? Now more than ever, we need to be present for one another, give space to process things, to heal, to grieve. And also keep in mind that we don't know all the details that go into a person's day-to-day. So referring back to Mother Teresa's quote, if you judge people, you won't have time or effort to love them or to empathize with them.
I am humbled to be among the many women being honored tonight. I share this honor with all the teachers, administrators, principals, daycare workers, cafeteria and maintenance staff, bus drivers, and parents. I was and continue to do my job, which is to provide our children, youth, and families meaningful Jewish experiences, plant a seed for ongoing Jewish learning, and to create community, all to ensure a Jewish future. The goals did not change, only the way we achieve them, which is something that educators need to evaluate regularly, regardless of a pandemic. I dedicate this honor to the devoted teaching staff at Congregation Ohev Shalom, as I alone cannot achieve these goals. I also want to thank the leadership of Congregation Ohev Shalom for their trust and support of me and my team throughout. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world.
Melissa and the incredible preschool staff under her guidance worked tirelessly to ensure our children remain safe and healthy while receiving the best education and care, allowing parents to feel comfortable leaving their children at the ECLC while going back to work. Without these essential workers, the world would have literally stopped. Melissa's leadership in the school and in the Central Florida community was the cornerstone in our ability to function during the pandemic.
Under the leadership of Dr. Eileen Wilkins, UCP successfully transitioned face-to-face physical, speech, and occupational therapy programs into telemedicine, ensuring that the children who depend on these services did not experience significant regression.
UCP launched an educational enrichment program which streamed over 200 hours of educational content to all children of all abilities. Overnight, hundreds of classroom tools, technology, pediatric therapy materials, and assistive devices were distributed to children in need in order for them to be able to attend online school and therapy sessions. Dr. Wilkins has led with integrity, compassion, and innovation, and is a true inspiration.
Brave choices are about taking that first step into making the world a better place. So act now and make the choice to give. By choosing to give $36, you give a child a PJ Library subscription for a year.
By choosing to give $72, you give groceries to a family for a week through our Food Cart from the Heart program.
By choosing to give $180, you give a teen in Kiryat Motzkin the opportunity to gain leadership skills.
By choosing to give a gift of $360, you help support the salary of our community rabbi.
When you choose to give $500, it allows us to provide your friends, family, and neighbors with monthly engaging programs.
When you choose to give $1,000, you are empowering our next generation and enabling an emerging young leader to participate in the Bornstein Leadership Program.
Dig deep. Be the spark. Even if you have already purchased an ad and bought your tickets, right now you can make a difference. Your gift is your voice. It allows you to stand up and be counted as an individual. When you make a gift to the Federation in your own name, you demonstrate that you accept personal responsibility for the welfare of the local and global Jewish community. You become a role model to your family and other women, inspiring them to make a difference in others' lives.
By taking action in our own names, we build a legacy of tzedakah, righteousness, and tikkun olam, repairing the world. We set a shining example for others to follow now and for future generations. Please know that you are not alone. We are women together, strong, proud, resilient, powerful.
We couldn't be more proud to be part of this community, especially today. Supporting these brave women, connecting with Jewish life, advocating for empowerment, reveling in pride as our fellow sisters carve a path for our future that is filled with compassion and light.
These women that we celebrate today are amazing, bold, incredible, resilient. We are women together. We support each other as we skyrocket to new heights in business and in society. We support each other when there is a need and opportunity for additional care. We as women have the ability to do anything, be anything. Women's empowerment is also about looking at the darker side of things. The areas in which women are still struggling in our culture and identifying areas for improvement. This is where we will rise together.
We make choices, brave choices, every day, and will continue to do so. Thank you for being here today and for being part of this extraordinary movement.
Our Jewish community is made up of over 40 Jewish agencies, synagogues, havarot, and organizations, serving our smallest to oldest residents and everyone in between. Overnight, these organizations had to create programs and services that kept everyone safe while also ensuring they felt engaged, connected, and cared for. From the Jewish Federation of Greater Orlando and the entire community, our heartfelt thanks to the Brave Women of Choices honorees, as well as all the staff and leaders of our Jewish organizations.
All women are brave women. There is so much expected of us in society, and we always step up and take care of what needs to be done. I love that at JFS, at the Permanent Emergency Food Pantry, our help is direct. We make a direct impact on people's lives. It's so amazing to see that impact. It takes a community to come together and make a difference. And there's so much help in Central Florida for people, and it's amazing to see the impacts we can make on just a singular person's life, whether it's rental assistance, food, counseling, providing a ride to a medical appointment. Simple little things like that can make such a huge impact on someone's world.
Sarah has touched so many people during these difficult times by providing opportunities to reflect, to listen, to tell the stories, and to validate our faith through learning events, discussions, guidance, support, motivation, and reaching out to those in need. Sarah is helping us to regain the strength needed to maintain a positive attitude and to be grateful for each day.
When women gather together, something magical happens. They start to dream together, build together, and grow together, creating a stronger connection to Judaism and community.
Hillary Clinton said, "Always aim high, work hard, and care deeply about what you believe in. We have to continue to reach for the stars, to go the extra mile."
Anyone who knows me knows that infinite love and gratitude is my favorite saying. These 3 simple words are at the core of what I bring my residents at Kinneret each and every day. I really believe in the value of bringing people together. We all deserve to be seen, heard, and cared for. All of us.
Although I do not consider myself a brave woman in the context of this pandemic per se, I felt inspired and courageous to quickly pivot and help Raise temporarily create a virtual program that could continue to meet the needs of adults with special needs until we can meet again in person this fall. Having an opportunity to be involved in our Jewish community through Raise has been an incredibly meaningful fit for me, as it combines my passions for working with adults with special needs while having an impact in our Jewish community that is so special to me.
Liz came to Central Florida Hillel just a few days before the building closed for COVID. She created a tent in the Hillel parking lot as a safe space for students to gather. Throughout COVID, Liz has been the rock of Central Florida Hillel for students and staff. As a caregiver, breast cancer survivor, and leader, Liz is the kind of Jewish professional that we all can take pride in for our community. She raises the bar for herself and models making choices that inspire others to do the same.
What a year it's been. Thank you to all those women who had a vision for what could be and made it a reality. Earlier we heard from current and past Federation women, leaders, about the bravery, courage, and chutzpah it takes to be a powerful female leader. The responsibility of leadership is not to come up with all the ideas, but to create an environment in which great ideas come forward. I am so excited to introduce the next group of amazing women who will lead us in the future. There is no limit to what we as women can accomplish when we lift each other up.
In 20 years, I hope the Jewish community is full of people, both young and old, who have taken their learning and passion for Jewish life out into the community, both Jewishly and secularly.
Because it will be my generation that will put all the lessons from our parents and other Jewish community leaders that had come before us into action.
Ensuring that people have a place to go, whether it's sending their children somewhere, whether it's observing the holidays, but always having a place to go, especially to bring community together during these challenging times.
Is to see it expand and make itself more prevalent and better understood within society.
One of the things I'm most optimistic about the Jewish community in the next 20 years is for us to embrace Tikkun Olam. My personal philosophy is, we were placed on this earth. We live in this earth. We should do our best to repair this earth.
Joining Hillel at UCF brought me some of my best friends, and with so many educators that are extremely passionate about teaching us how to be leaders and how to lead a good life and to grow as individuals.
A Jewish leader is a dreamer and doer, someone who can grow the community while inspiring others. It has been inspiring to us all this past year to watch our local Jewish leaders respond to this unusual situation. They have been resilient in keeping our community connected.
To me, being a Jewish leader means being a positive role model to those around me and taking initiative and working hard to make an impact on the community.
Anyone who openly shares their Judaism is a Jewish leader. By being proud to be Jewish in today's society and being able to share that pride and the Jewish values with the people who surround you, that makes you a leader.
A leader is someone really who shows patience, who shows charisma, somebody who, like I said before, has an open mind to different ideas and perspectives.
But also somebody who's involved in the community in general, constantly giving back, wanting to be involved, whether it's with their organization at work or where their children attend school. In my opinion, that's truly what a Jewish leader is.
To me, my mom, Susan Drazen, is the picture of Jewish leadership. I remember coming to Choices as a little girl when she was co-chair. She made sure to raise her girls with strong Jewish values, insisting that we had a Jewish education and social life.
And, to all the leaders, the past, present, future leaders, if I could give you guys one piece of advice, I would first of all say I'm so proud of all of us. We've gone through some challenging times, but we've overcome.
The Jewish value that's most important for me to pass on to my own children is kindness. We never know what's going on in other people's days, so it's important to give them all a little bit of grace.
Being Jewish has always been something that I've been really proud of. And as a new mom, it's something that I plan to ensure that Esty is really proud of as well.
One quality that I believe embodies Jewish life the most is perseverance. Almost every holiday we are reminded of how we must persevere. There have been many things that have happened to the Jews, but we have remained strong and proud of our religion. And I think that is so amazing.
I want those who come after me to know how passionate I was about Judaism and honor me by upholding our Jewish family traditions.
I will inspire my children to be proud to be Jewish by instilling a good Jewish foundation in them and encouraging them to observe and learn from me.
A piece of advice I would give my two daughters is to always be yourself. Be true to yourself and always be kind.
So be the voice for people who don't have one, and be the best person you can be for yourself and for other people that look up to you.
So us as a community, banding together and doing Tikkun Olam, repairing the world, we can do so much for not only the Jewish community, but the Central Florida community at large.
I want my legacy to be a Jewish one. All I want to do is ensure that my children and grandchildren are able to experience the same wonderful Jewish things that I did.
I believe that you can be a change maker in the community by bringing new and innovative ideas to the table. Whether it's an organization that you're working with or your company that you're working with, whenever people bring new and innovative ideas to the table, I believe they're remembered for that.
Yehiye Beseder, it will be okay. This sums up the whole Jewish experience for me. No matter what we go through, Yehiye Beseder, it will be okay.
Alone we can do so little.
Together we can do so much.
L'dor v'dor,
from generation to generation, just as we all stood together at Sinai.
May we continue building a strong
Jewish community in Central Florida for years to come. And may we go from strength to strength.